Turn us on, Kristina. That was way longer than 7 seconds, dude.
I know. Oh, God.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi over there.
Hi.
Is everything...
Everything's
Are we good?
fantastic.
Are we
it's
golden?
better. It's better than ever.
Better than ever. Whoa.
It's just a little discombobulated, but besides that, it's really fantastic.
Discombobulated is such a great word.
I love it.
What was I saying I loved? What word was I saying I loved yesterday? Squirrel. Oh, I thought squirrel was also a great word.
I wasn't sure why you brought that up.
When?
Yesterday. Squirrel.
Because you were complaining about you couldn't fill your bird feeder because the squirrels were just going to eat it all. And not that you minded the squirrels, but you didn't want them nesting in your house anymore.
Yeah.
So it was this whole long drama about the squirrels living in the house.
Yeah. And then you just said, well, I like the word squirrel. It's a really cool word.
It is. Because it's a mishmash of like letters that probably shouldn't go together, but they do.
You're trying to make me feel better?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I am.
You're so nice to me. You're nicer than you should be, I'm sure.
No, it's probably the opposite.
No.
Yeah. I might do that thing today where I stick the microphone up against my stomach because it's growling loudly. And, I just love to catch that on air because I have a disgustingly loud stomach.
You're going to do it right now?
No, but I missed one. I missed a big growl already.
Okay.
Because I skipped breakfast because I had to go and wrap presents for the kids down at the school for their little holiday book sale thing that they do every year. And it's not like I had to be there that early. I had to be there at the start of school. And I always get up that early because, I usually have to get my kids to school. But for some reason this morning, I was just running behind. So I didn't eat. So I may actually eat these chocolates that Bob gave us like right now. I wonder if that's appropriate
starving.
for me to eat these delicious looking chocolates for lunch.
I can't believe I can't get to breakfast in the morning. I just can't get to it.
It's so hard to.
It's really hard to concentrate.
Yeah, it is.
It's just coffee is so quick and so hard.
I don't drink coffee, but I need to like eat something, and I'm such a slow eater that I don't have the time for that kind of thing in the morning.
Right.
And then around, 9 or 10, I start to just lose it because I'm starving to
And
death.
then it's just too late. You got to get going.
And then you eat something really crappy because you just have to stuff something in your face quick.
Yeah, but we had so much crappy food yesterday.
We did.
We should
It wasn't all crappy. Your soup was very healthy.
Yeah.
And the cookies that you ended up making were technically healthy. I mean, I can't even remember exactly what ended up going in them, but it was most everything in your kitchen.
Oats.
Yep.
They had oats.
They had maple syrup.
They had ground up almonds and walnuts.
Yeah.
We used the blender, the tiny baby blender.
Isn't that a food processor or something?
I'd rather call it a baby blender.
All right. That's fine then if that makes you feel good.
Yeah. That was the funnest part.
It was super loud. All the sound of those like nuts knocking together
The
and being
almonds.
chopped up by
I should
little
have used
blades.
I have a manual one. I have a little one that used to be my mom's.
Oh, those kind where you push the top and it makes the nuts. It makes the nuts all jump around, and then the little blades come.
Yes, I have that. I don't think. Yeah, that would be okay for the walnuts, not for the almonds. Those are tough. I could have used
almonds are tough. That's because I told you they're just little chunks of wood.
Yeah, you can chop them with a big kitchen knife.
It has to be sharp enough to like go through your finger bones if you want to get through an almond.
What?
Yeah, you buy those. We buy bags sometimes of slivered almonds because a lot of the ridiculous like gourmet dishes John likes to make call for slivered almonds.
Really?
Yeah, and who's going to go around slivering almonds themselves?
That's hard.
How do you slice an almond into little slices?
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. So thank God, those who understand what we consumers need have pre-slivered the almonds for us.
That's like pre-shredded cheese.
Which I also brought to your house yesterday.
Yeah.
Because you know what? That's a good invention. I don't care. I don't care if people don't think that we should be buying pre-shredded cheese. Yeah, because you know what? Washing a cheese grater?
A cheese
grater? Washing a cheese... Okay, say that 3 times fast. Washing a cheese grater.
Washing a cheese grater. A cheese and then tree shredder.
Anyway, it takes a lot of water. It takes a lot of resources to wash a cheese grater.
Stop it.
So I'm just going to buy the pre-shredded cheese sometimes, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it.
Yeah, but you're...
Hey, is this plug supposed to be plugged into something?
No. That was Bob. Bob was plugged into that. Okay. No, but here's the thing is that, what were we talking about? Oh, I know.
Almonds.
You're the one that always says, let's make America great again. How are you going to do
Grate?
Yeah, so how are you going to do that with pre-shredded cheese?
It's a joke. It's a joke, Kristina. Don't you get my jokes?
Well, you should live...
Hey, it's not like I don't own unshredded cheese. I own every kind of cheese that there is.
You just need to live up to what you say. You have to...
It's a joke.
You have to stand by what you said. You have any integrity left.
I mean, we do have a lot of cheese graters, and we happily have the kind that are flat, so you don't have to try to stuff your hand up inside those 4-sided monstrosities to try to clean.
Don't insult my cheese grater.
Right. You know what's cool? They make tiny miniature cheese graters that you can put on your keychain.
Those are terrible.
I'm like, wow. It's like someone read my heart and knew what I needed. A cheese grater. That's a keychain.
Yeah. I think it just should go in the dollhouse.
It's bigger than that. It's like for a Cabbage Patch.
But it's good. Say. It's good like it's an old-fashioned washing machine. You know what the washboard? Yeah.
No, you can't rub clothes on a cheese grater because it will just rip them.
Well, but that's cool now. It's cool to have holes in your clothes.
All right. I guess use them on you can de-stress your jeans when you get them with the little tiny cheese grater.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, we're off tangent nice and early.
Yeah. Well, I thought we should talk about nonpareils.
Again?
Yeah, because I practiced how to say it after you left because we hadn't really come to a conclusion as to how to say it. Well, that's because
all the pronunciation guides online said it differently, which I think is a crapshoot. Like, why haven't they all gotten together and decided the way to pronounce this?
Yeah, so let's choose right now.
I always have said nonpareil.
You have? I always said nonpareils, but I like nonpareil.
So you have the emphasis on the first syllable.
But I don't want to. I'm switching. I'm saying I'm switching. I'm switching to nonpareil.
We're on the same page with this then.
Okay. Do you know what they're called in Europe? Or outside of the United States? They're
chocolates with sprinkles on them?
No, they're called hundreds and thousands. That's their nickname. Like if you say, well, I'm going to put some hundreds and thousands on my cookies, you're referring to nonpareils.
Parel.
Parels. Sorry. Wow. I'm a creature of habit. I don't deny it.
You know, though, I think it means more than one thing because, you know, those little flat chocolates that have the little white balls all over them, those are also packaged and they say nonpareils.
It's true. It's true.
And then we opened our little sprinkles and it was just referring to the sprinkles themselves.
Right. Both are true. I saw that. I went to Wikipedia. Whoa. All of that information is there, plus the fact that the word itself means without...
I thought it meant hundreds and thousands.
No, it means without equal. the actual definition or the
So poetic.
derivation. The derivation.
You know what? No
of
one
it.
has to stay up at night anymore worrying about this because Kristina has gotten it all figured out for you.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just I was staying up one night. I was staying up my whole life.
I hear you. I know.
So I feel better today. I feel like I'm off to a fresh start. I'm going to go over to that payphone down at the law school and make a call to the universe to celebrate, tell everything.
Should I introduce our show before we just get okay? Hey, all you good people out there. You're listening to 11th Hour Woo Radio. Broadcasting live from Royalton Community Radio, WFVR LP 96.5. Thank you to our sponsors and underwriters. I just brought the paper over so I could see who they are. Howville Farms, Mountain Folk, Safeline, and 5 Tavern and Grill. We have new sponsors. We have new sponsors.
You know how you can say, instead of saying ladies and gentlemen, you can say labels and jelly spoons.
I personally like the ladies and germs one that people use sometimes because that seems
ladies and germs. I hadn't heard that
funny
one.
And cool.
Isn't that a little derogatory towards the male gender? Because the ladies is fine, but the germs refers.
Wow. The male gender is so much to complain about. They don't even have to bleed
payback
every
time,
month.
huh?
They can be germs. If they want to like have babies and do all this other stuff, we won't have never mind. Forget it.
I was looking forward to where that was going. I
decided to
wish
stop.
you would.
I stopped going.
You bailed.
I bailed on that.
Okay. You can tell me later what you were thinking because it
we
was
have so
bad.
many loyal men listeners.
It was so bad. No, but we like everybody.
They know. Our loyal male listeners already know that they're germs. They know that. If you're a reasonable male, you already know that about yourself.
No, well, there's options. You can be a germ or a jelly spoon. There's a choice. So the reason I said that is because our sponsors, we should be able to say
labels and jelly spoons.
Yeah, haven't you heard that?
No, you just made that up.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did,
no,
like a crazy person. Not a thing.
It's a thing.
She said it, Paul.
So another nickname for nonpareils is freckles.
That's kind of disgusting. Okay, imagine if you scraped some little freckly kid's freckles off and then sprinkled them liberally on your food.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's not a good name.
Ew. I didn't say it. I mean,
you did actually.
No, but I didn't make it up. It's probably European. No, it's Australian. I think that's Australian.
Yeah, they eat some weird stuff over there.
Well, it's the same stuff. It's just they say it. They refer to it.
It doesn't bother them to refer to it as pieces of skin, I guess.
Well,
are they the ones who eat Vegemite? No, that's everywhere in England.
That's UK. Vegemite,
which is the most disgusting.
And how is Marmite?
I think there's two. I think they're both versions of a same sort of product. It's like a yeast. It's like a gelatinous yeast spread.
That's black.
Is it black?
Yeah,
black? I thought it was kind of an orangey color.
No, I think it's pretty dark. I think it's like sludge.
Well, I know it's sludge. I feel like the sludge comes in a variety of sludge-like colors. So you could have brick sludge or tar sludge. All salty and tasting like a mixture between boogers and semen.
Well, look, if you're craving salt, you know what?
I'm so glad you didn't even hear my last sentence.
I know. I just moved. I looked down at my paper and I thought I see something about food cravings. So I thought we could definitely move on to that topic.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just I love the internet because there's so many answers to life's questions there.
I just asked you yesterday, what are we going to do when the apocalypse comes and we can't Google everything anymore? We have to go to libraries again.
You're going to have to ask people stuff.
Oh my God.
And get more misinformation, but it couldn't be worse than it is today.
True.
Really.
Okay. All right.
I mean, because here's the thing is you get more information, but you also get more misinformation. You have
to be smarter. You're going to have to be smarter because you're going to have to really and truly weed out
Well, here's what's going to happen is that we'll have this whole concept of elders where there's people in society who actually do know more than other people. And they're called elders. And we go to them.
And we'll be them.
We could, yes. By the time the apocalypse comes around,
that's such a scary thought.
I'll be heading
Oh,
in.
yeah. People are going to come to me for information.
Yeah, especially after your track record here. Well, we're trying to get all the misinformation purged from our systems now so that we can head
and
into...
we'll be pure and wise. Okay, what about cravings?
Craving salt. It means it's...
I always crave salt. I only crave salt.
Okay, so you need chloride silicon, and you can get that from...
That doesn't sound very healthy or good.
Do you want to...
All right.
Do you want to
What can I get it from? Yes.
Fatty fish.
But I hate fish. I hate all fish.
Hey, how about this? Do you crave bread and carbs?
No,
I do. Okay,
I
do. So I need it said nitrogen. I've never heard of that. It's different than nitrogen.
What's it in?
Nitrogen. Chia seeds.
Whoopity-doo.
So if you're craving
I
carbs,
have to eat like disgusting fatty fish, and all you have to do is like munch on some little chia seeds, which you can hide in anything.
I think it's
That's
cool.
ridiculous. That's not fair.
No, I think it's fair.
It's not fair.
It is fair.
But I hate nothing worse in the world than fish. And you probably
probably
friggin' like chia seeds. So that's so not fair.
Actually, I don't. I don't like chia seeds. I think this is stupid. I thought it was the most stupid thing I ever saw. And it was in the Elephant Journal. I mean, it's so stupid. It says stuff like, okay, you're craving sugar, so you need chromium, carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, and tryptophan. So you got to eat cranberries.
Turkey.
You have to eat cranberries, horseradish, cabbage, and cauliflower. I mean,
tryptophan's isn't turkey.
Have people just forgotten how to eat?
Yeah. Yes. Are you looking for like
why do people have to tell us how to eat?
If I feel like eating some salty stuff, I'm going to eat the salty stuff.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be like, oh, I better go eat some fish that I hate right now so I don't eat anything salty.
This is exactly my point.
Okay.
I hate the internet.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. No, I love it. It's fun. It's like a playground.
Those kind of things never work for me because I'm too picky to eat the things I'm supposed to be eating.
You know, the internet is like this dangerous playground. Like, imagine the most dangerous playground. Like,
and it still has all the playground equipment that like got deregulated. That you like those little merry-go-rounds that you fall off of and put your tooth through your lip.
But it was so much more fun, wasn't it? Come on,
that's fun. Kristina.
Jungle gyms.
I know. I did love that.
I remember every accident I had on playground equipment.
Do you? You didn't really do fast food growing up, but like when I was a kid, we sometimes went to Burger King, and there was a whole giant outdoor playground at Burger King that was crazy dangerous, like amazing and awesome, but like the kind of thing that, you know, somebody would get sued in about 3 seconds flat if it was up today. You know, all those big metal old school 60s and 70s playground structures where you could fall through things and get ripped open on other things. But it was so cool. It was like brightly colored, and you climb up ladders into towers and go down twisty slides that were like burning hot in the sun.
Well, after the next
amazing.
The next generation of that playground equipment was the kind of accident you'd have is you'd get a big arsenic-laden sliver.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the next phase of
all
danger
the
on the playground.
Wood.
Pressure-treated wood.
Yeah.
Toxic wood.
I took, when the Tunbridge School got rid of their playground because they decided it was toxic because it was all pressure-treated, it had already been up for like 20 years. So I figured that all the bad stuff had leached out of it into the earth by then.
You'd think.
So I took it all to my house.
Oh, great. I'll take your toxic trash.
It was not even toxic anymore.
No, it's like plastic. It's like I'll keep a plastic bag for like 10 years because I figured by the 10-year mark, probably all this crap is out of the plastic bag. So it's good to go.
I don't think that's how it's working, but I like how you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I do let things leach.
Here, let me just say.
Like I got some mattress covers for my kids, and I let the chemicals leach out of them for a while before I let my kids sleep on them.
I bought some flannel sheets at Ames once, and I opened the package, and they smelled so toxic, like they were like full of.
That was the package, probably.
No, it was not. It was like dry cleaning chemicals or something, and I had.
Oh, doesn't that make you feel like home?
I had spent enough on them that I wasn't going to throw them away. I probably should have because we were probably poisoned by them. But I washed them and washed them. I washed them like for a year, and they still smelled bad.
Weird.
But back to playground equipment, because I'm really interested in this. What do you think would happen if we just got rid of all the playground equipment and kids just had to like stand around in the yard?
Oh, that's what happens at Tunbridge. There isn't anything there anymore.
Well, I think
they're really big into Foursquare. That's come back. That
fantastic.
was huge when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have anything to play with either. And now all they have is the ground and a bouncy ball. So they just play Foursquare.
I think play structures were just kind of lazy creations. It's somebody's making money.
Yeah, but if you don't have a play structure, you do have to allow the kids to play with other things that they find,
like trees,
right?
Like
and you
bushes.
Can't at the Tunbridge playground because there's so much poison ivy right at the very edges of the playground that the kids aren't allowed to go in to get sticks and things. So they do just literally kind of stand
that's a problem.
Around. Yeah, it's a problem.
That is a big problem. Poison ivy, I can see that being a problem, but it still doesn't justify.
Ready to go on the warpath and be like, "This is stupid. This is an elementary school playground. Why can't we just go and eradicate all the poison ivy there?"
It's hard. It's hard to get rid of.
Yeah. And she didn't want to use chemicals, so she was trying to figure out all the borax and things that you can pour on poison ivy. But anyway, what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I can think of a lot of stupid solutions, but I'm not going to go there.
Okay. Man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I feel like I just ran out of steam. Because I just wanted kids to play on grass with trees and bushes, and I
know.
But
I know,
then you brought up poison ivy, and I didn't know what to say.
It's such a pain too, because at the back of the playground is this huge boulder with rocks, and like kind of surrounding it, and then big trees that come out of it.
Yeah.
And you look at it, and if I looked at it as a child, even looking at it now, it's like a dream play area. It's a big boulder.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Right, rocks.
But the big rock, with capital letters, because that's what everyone at school calls it, is off limits. Anything to do with the big rock is off limits.
Darn.
Like you could sit on top of it. It's all flat up there. It could be your fort. It could be your tower. It could be all these things, but nobody can go to the big rock. It's nestled in a little bed of poison ivy, and it's also just a big rock, which could be dangerous.
But it's natural.
I know.
Okay.
I'm so bummed. It was even off limits when I was a kid, which is too bad because like nothing was off limits when I was a kid. So the big rock must be extra bad. The poison ivy has been just luxuriating there for 40-something years. So
yeah. Okay, can't solve that today.
No.
All right, so let's go to the Snowflake Jig.
All right.
This is Doug Perkins.
Okay.
Perkins.
Snowflake Jig. Man, there were some snowflakes this past week. I got, for the first time in my life, this crazy emergency warning kept popping up on my phone, and an alarm would go on my cell phone, and I didn't even know I had this. It had this capacity to suddenly do a weather emergency weather warning.
Is that just supposed to scare us?
I don't know. It was weird though, because like it said like emergency, like snow squalls,
seems like
whiteout conditions,
scare us.
icy roads.
I mean, we don't need people to tell us that that's happening.
It was like happening. Well, it was telling me this, and I'm like, yeah, duh, I can see it.
Yeah, because you can just watch the weather report.
Yeah, it was super bad weather. I get that,
but
I'm totally fine with the weather saying it's going to be super bad weather. Don't drive. And it's going to be icy and wet out. But it was odd to me to have a thing come across my phone that said emergency, like snow squall. This is Vermont. If we're going to start calling snow an emergency, we're going to have to re-look at our whole idea of what an emergency is. Like in my head, snow, even really bad snow, is just kind of regular in Vermont. And so they're being the boy who cried wolf, okay? A volcano is going to erupt and they're going to have to send this emergency thing out. And I'm going to be like, psh, I'm not going to look at that because it's going to be like telling me that it's sunny or telling me that it's raining. Emergency should be reserved. The word should be reserved for actual emergencies.
Yeah, like a tidal wave here.
Yeah.
A tsunami
coming over me.
That would surprise me.
Tell me so I can get to
some
high ground.
And that would be unexpected.
Very. Yeah.
I'm not sure which direction it would come from. Lake Champlain?
I don't think Lake Champlain, though large, probably can't work up a really good tsunami right now.
Yeah, but we just don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's really hard
here. We're sitting on a volcanic hotspot, though, so eventually we'll have a giant volcano here.
That was an internet thing that was going by on Facebook that I don't quite trust that thing.
No, I don't either.
You know, I believe in Yellowstone it's happening. That they have one because they have hot springs.
Are shifting.
We don't have hot springs here.
I wish we did.
There would be an indicator. We have hot tubs. Hot tubs.
That's
Does that count?
Same. It's been on my bucket list my whole life that I want to go and sit in a natural hot spring. I love hot things. I love hot water. I scald the skin off of my body when I take baths.
Huh.
I love it hot. Yep. And I always wanted to go to hot springs, and I've never been to one. And then John kind of disappointed me, and he said, you know what? You're thinking that they're so wonderful. He's like, when you get there, guess what? Like why they're hot. He's like, the whole thing smells like sulfur. He's like, you're bathing in like rotten eggs is what it smells like. So all the romanticness that you think it's going to be isn't. I thought it was horrible of him to take away my dream.
Yeah, but you don't have to breathe out of your nose into your nose.
But I have a very highly developed sense of taste, so I will be tasting rotten eggs if I breathe out of my mouth.
That could be.
It's just you see all these beautiful pictures of people sitting on rocky hillsides in these.
I did it once.
You did?
Once.
Was it stinky?
I forgot if it was stinky. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know.
See, I would never forget if something was stinky.
It was in the park out there.
I just wanna. I don't care. I don't care if it's stinky.
I was with Freya.
Nice.
Did you know she's going to be in Vogue magazine?
What?
Yeah.
That's.
Well, it was supposed to be
not surprising, but like
it was supposed to be a profile.
Really, really cool.
They were supposed to do a profile of her as a professional climate change activist, which is what she is.
Wow.
And so listen to what she said. This was kind of disappointing. She said she got there. She said I was told there would be a photo shoot and an interview, but when I arrived, I spent about 4 hours doing hair, makeup, getting fitted, and doing a very silly photo shoot wearing designer clothes that they requested, and the interview lasted 3 minutes.
That is so stupid.
Yeah, she was
stupid Vogue. Yeah. Okay. Her whole point is like her brain, not what she looks like. Not that she isn't like drop dead gorgeous, because she is, and they're probably really happy about that because they're a stupid, stupid fashion magazine.
Right. Well, as she said it was a good reminder that most sustainability efforts are surface level, is what she said, and merely tokenistic attempts to promote a brand as green when really they just continue business as usual.
Yeah, I totally agree with her.
Yeah. That's interesting, though.
Wow.
She had to fly.
That is sad and disappointing.
They flew her from Italy to Spain. To do this thing, and then it was like
also okay. People like Freya don't even need any hair and makeup done because they're already like perfect looking, and she's probably got some really amazing things to say, like more than 3 minutes worth. Morons,
exactly.
I still want to see it though.
I know. The thing is, it's funny because people who are physically so beautiful have much farther to fall in the end.
True, but everything's so much easier for them for
a
long
while.
Time. Yeah.
It seems that way. It sort of greases the wheels in certain areas, but I don't know if it really adds up to much in the end. So this is kind of a microcosm of that effect. It's like you get a lot of attention.
See that as a young woman, though, to realize that that's really what all they were looking for.
Yeah. Well, I said, well, it's good to kind of infiltrate that part of the world or that part of our society and sort of see what the mindset is, understand the mindset, because it's like understanding the enemy in a way.
Yeah. Well, that's just irritating, though. It's like, oh, we're going to ask you about this climate change stuff just as a token, but we really just want like some
you to wear beautiful, these clothes.
Sexy looking person to take pictures of is really what we want.
Yeah.
But we're going to like fly under the radar of like, look at we're doing something good and interviewing an activist. Yeah. Not that we care about what she has to say.
Who does read Vogue anymore?
I don't think anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe. John does. He gets them at a free box someplace, and I was finding them in the house.
Does he like to read magazines?
He loves magazines.
He reads a lot.
He loves magazines. It's not just Vogue. He picks up any kind of magazine, like Women's Home Journal or anything that like nobody would read.
So
nobody.
Interesting. He's such a student of culture, American culture.
It's weird. Well, he also likes to cut out pictures from them and glue them into his telephone log.
Oh, that's right. That's probably his main focus, is stuff to cut out for his little project, his ongoing project.
He just needs to have a second life as a funny little collage artist or something. Because he just, the man owns a lot of glue sticks. Really loves glue sticks. I should get him some for his stocking, because I think his batch is starting to be dry and crusty.
Yeah, they don't last long, glue sticks.
Don't. I got really frustrated because I was gluing when we were making last weekend. My dance group got together and we stuffed all these stockings for homeless people in the Good Samaritan Haven in Barrie, the shelter, and we made cards to put in all the stockings. And I brought John's glue sticks, and one that seemed really cool to me was it was glue that as you swiped it on, it was bright purple. And then it dried clear. So you could see where you were gluing, and then it dried clear. But it dried so fast that I just kept putting more and more on, and then it would immediately, it was like invisible ink. It was immediately gone.
Yeah.
It wasn't lasting long enough is what I'm saying.
That's kind of scary. I bet that's radioactive or
something. Probably. How do you make something be
measure
bright
it with
electric
a Geiger
purple,
counter,
and then it immediately fades to clear the second you smear it on
that's
paper?
That's wrong.
It is wrong.
That's like playground equipment. It's just unnecessary.
This shelter, though, oh my gosh, Kristina, it was so sad when we went to deliver all these stockings. The people were really nice. I thought they were going to be kind of just short with us because they're busy, and it's, and they were going to be like, thanks, and shove us out again. The lady wanted to give us a tour of the shelter, and I'd actually never been in a homeless shelter, so I was curious, and so she showed us the common areas, and we peeked into a couple of the dorms and all bunk beds and this little communal kitchen and stuff. But this one in Barrie, it's full to the max, and they have branches in Montpelier and Burlington and all these other places. And she said, and they also have these other little annexes that churches and weird things that'll just randomly open and let people stay there.
Yeah.
But there's only a certain amount of people they can take. And she said the night that we had brought all the stockings, the night before, she said that every single one of those shelters was full to the max. They couldn't legally put another human being in them.
Yep.
And she said she had to turn 11 people away into the street on a below zero night.
That's terrible.
I just can't even imagine, in Vermont on a below zero night,
right,
that it would be your job, heartbreaking, to turn a human being away knowing that, it is not a temperature where a person can stay outside or sleep in this without death. It's almost like you are the Grim Reaper saying...
Right.
Saying, I can't take you, go back onto the street, even though it's not, you might die.
Yeah.
That would just be a horrible, stressful job. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for her. I just freaked out at that. I don't know why.
Well, I guess it's part of the job, because the other part of the job is creating shelter for people. So it's a balance, but...
She said it's never been ever in the history of ever have they had so many people in need.
I think it's all over the United States. Homelessness is a huge,
also saying
huge
all these
problem.
other facts that I just didn't know, that like most people, the majority of people are like one paycheck away from that exact same situation themselves, and they don't even know that. They don't even understand it when they're looking down their nose at these people, not understanding like the tiny little snap things. Like one guy's wife got sick, he couldn't pay for it. He sold all of his possessions, and eventually he got evicted from his house. Like it was just like in a minute.
Yeah,
and his wife is still, being treated, but he doesn't have a home anymore.
Oh yeah,
he's just literally homeless. And
yeah, I think most Americans are like $500 to $800 away from financial disaster. Yeah. I mean, that's the average,
right? I mean, we are. Everyone is. Yeah. I just can't.
I was really scared this year.
It's just odd to think that we put the people we see out on the street, in a totally different category than us, and they're really
just a little bit.
They're
further.
Really just
I know.
One little tiny,
I thought about it this year.
Bit away from us.
I thought about it. I definitely thought about it. I could relate to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
food for thought,
like all week long. I just kept puzzling over how scary that is, and that it's a holiday season. If anybody has even the slightest bit of extra, that they should really.
Well, I know there's a lot of people doing great stuff.
There are a lot of people doing great stuff.
I just saw these guys that just cut like 40 cords of wood to give away.
Oh my gosh.
Which is amazing. It's this guy with his two twin sons, and they just, He kind of corralled his kids to work with him, and I'm sure at first they were kind of resisting it, but in the end it just turned out to be such a good thing, to give away firewood.
Yeah, firewood is a very precious commodity now.
It is.
We were looking at both wood and hay situation can get us through February, and then we're totally screwed. And I'm like, all right, then we're gonna have to start either buying oil, which is so expensive, and for hay, we're going to have to start like shuffling around, asking who's still got decent hay for sale at that late in the year. And
I know it happens
every year.
I think I have enough wood now.
Yeah.
I just have to organize it better.
Your house is tricky though, because it's got such an open floor plan. Like the only thing, even though our house is insane, being like non-insulated giant 1700s farmhouse, that's just, it's just a black hole of heat loss, and everyone doesn't understand why we're being so inefficient and jerky to the planet, because we're not that kind of people. But it's more than our entire, like, it would be like 5 years income for us to do the weatherization things that we need to do to make it not be that much of a giant heat loss, and we just can't afford it. I don't know what to do, but the good thing is, since it's got so many little bedrooms and so many rooms, you can just shut a whole bunch of doors and live like in a center area if you have to.
I know. I've thought about trying to do that.
But it's tricky because there's bathrooms all over the place too. And then you're like, great, these pipes are going to burst. And I can't even figure out how to drain these ones. And
I know.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I have like one zone in my house. So basically the water that goes into the radiators is one flow. It just flows from radiator to radiator to radiator. And then
it's got to be not that warm by the time it gets to the last one, because your house is also huge.
Right, that's my bedroom upstairs. That's why I never sleep up there. It's completely freezing.
That's why you're a couch surfer on your own couch.
Yeah, it is. It's the coldest room. And you could fix it. It's a great system. It actually works great on convection, but I just haven't had the wherewithal or the financial ability to get it fixed. So.
It was funny because, so John doesn't do like social media, which is a little tricky because being a legislator, it's kind of like, that's sort of where people air all of their whatever. So I always have to see it. And I saw some little ad go by about these are the legislators that voted to double your heating tax fuel or whatever, and they're bankrupting us or whatever. And John's face went by because he did vote on this bill. And the funny thing is, it never went anywhere at all. So people think that this is actually happening, and it's not. Like your heating tax did not double, and it was going to go from 2 cents to 4 cents on the dollar or whatever. And every one of that bit of tax was simply going straight back to the people to pay for winterizing programs for them. Like it was like a good thing. It was the only, you can't get that money to help people any other way. And so they were going to save scads more money than they would be spending on this tax.
Yeah.
Like And plus, it didn't even happen. Didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's
like
tricky.
John ran the numbers over and over again, and we're poor. It's not like we are going around there being like,
right,
let's screw the poor people, because that would be us being like, let's screw us. Like, we're not going to do that. Everyone, for some reason, thinks that like,
well, those so those weatherization programs are a little bit tricky because sometimes you can get.
They usually are
because you can
this
get.
This was a good one though.
Well,
I wish
know
it had have gone.
You get support. You get some support, but in a lot of cases, you have to take out a loan or you have to take
this
on
wasn't
more
like
debt.
That at all. This was just like a flat out awesome. John was like, "This is amazing. If we could get this program to happen."
I have a friend who,
holy cow,
they pretty much for free. They redid her whole house. This was in Ferrisburg.
Well, Efficiency Vermont used to kind of do that. It was.
I think if your income is low enough,
and now
they'll do it.
And now it's different because there's just so many they can't keep up.
Yeah, she's a kind of starving artist type.
Yeah, when they came to us and they taped up all of our doors and windows and then did their little radar gun thing around and said that we had the leakiest house they'd ever seen, and then it was going to be like $30,000 to even just start like the process of getting it tight. And we were like, well, then I guess we're just going to be cold.
Yeah, I know. You have to make do. All right, time for another
music.
Song. Yeah,
you guys missed the train during the last song. But
how do I get back to my playlist? This is all screwed up again. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay, this is Robert Resnik playing some Celtic music.
Celtic always seems very Christmassy.
Yeah, that's why. That's why
like the Irish people have like a monopoly on Christmas.
Well, they have some jolly souls,
do seem awfully
and they
festive,
have all the elves and stuff come from the UK, I think, or the North, the North
river
country.
Dancing.
Right, exactly. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Robert Resnik. That was his O'Carolyn set. Very nice.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah. So last weekend I went hiking on a little trail that something where I'd never been before.
Wow.
It was exciting.
Where was it?
It was over in Lincoln. And it dipped down into the evergreens and went, right next to the mountain stream, which is always so beautiful.
Which I hope you didn't walk in. I need to break you of this habit of walking in streams.
With my leather boots on.
Yes.
I so much
and then
wanted
you whine
to.
that your leather boots are peeling away from their soles. And I said, Kristina, stop walking in water.
I'm already plotting another video of...
Right. Please don't walk in water.
I have to walk in water.
You can't walk in water.
No, I'm a stream walker.
I know you are. I don't know.
But anyway, I wanted to tell you what I found in the woods because I realized this is one of my favorite things. Like if I had a list of favorite things like in The Sound of Music, secret plaques in the woods would be on my list.
Was it on a trail or just totally?
It was off the trail.
Wow.
And Wilder, he knew about it. So he took me off the trail. It's just this little side trail. And the plaque was set down into the ground.
Well.
And it was almost completely covered with snow, but we pulled back the snow. And this is what it said. It said Cameron on the top. And then it said, let's see, it's written down. Where is it? Oh, it says, laugh with me, hold my hand, say goodbye, meet at the source every moment.
Wow.
Which I think is so deep.
It is. If you die before me, I'll get you a plaque and I'll put it in a stream.
Fantastic.
On a rock in a stream. So
That's
whoever
great.
whoever reads it will have to walk.
Yeah, just get a
through
really
water.
Yeah.
Irritating the crap out of me, but it will be okay.
Yeah. Instead of Cameron,
plaque.
you could say Streamwalker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so I saw this magical plaque. And it just gave me the chills, right? Gave me the chills, and I just felt this sense of like mystery and longing. And as we were coming out of the woods, this other person that we know was walking in with her dog, and I looked at her and I said, "Hey, you know that plaque? Who's Cameron?" And she said, "I think it's a grandchild."
Oh, that's super sad.
Oh. So, but it's a magical place. There's no better place for that plaque for Cameron. So,
cool.
Maybe someday we'll meet Cameron in the afterlife.
No, I don't want to cry before Christmas.
Okay. No, it's a good cry. It's a good kind of cry.
No.
When you love people that you don't even know when you love them.
It's a dead person.
But
that makes me cry.
But that's
it's a dead child.
No, but that's a projection that we put on death. That's this morbidity that we project onto death instead of it's the person probably dies and then they're right there and they're like, "Hey, I'm fine," and everybody's just crying and.
But you can't.
Upset.
It's physically like watch. Like I can cry. Just if I think about it a little bit longer, I will just start bawling.
Right. But we're sort of crying for ourselves.
I don't know if it's put upon us though, because I feel like it really like wells out of you, and no one put it on you.
We cry because we've been left behind.
But I don't know, Cameron. I'm totally gonna cry because Cameron is a black. Oh, you have to die with me.
Me too. No. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, stop it, Kristina.
It's gonna have a Christmas cry.
I put on eye cream this morning and you ruined it.
I'm sorry. It's Cameron's
I finally
fault.
got to the age where I was like, you know what? I don't know what all these women are doing with these eye creams, but I think I better try it.
Did you go to the Vermont country store?
No, I just put some hand cream under my eyes, so it's not the same thing, probably.
Well, you're supposed to put that on if you put eye makeup on. You're supposed to
do that. I just get these like deep creases under my eyes,
that's
and
so
my sister was like, "I think you could just put some moisturizer there, and it'll help."
It looks cool.
What?
It's the cool part of aging.
What are you talking about?
All the lines and stuff.
It's not happening coolly for me. It happens coolly for you.
No,
for me,
it's like reading tea leaves.
No, it's like I just look uglier every time I get in the bathroom and look in the mirror and say, who is that? Who is that person? That's not what I look like. Where is my smooth baby skin? Gone.
Look at your last Facebook post. You look like a cherub.
I don't look like a cherub. I look like
a cherubim.
I look a cherubum. I do look like a cherubum. Yeah,
cherubim.
I look like a cherub.
What is
I look
a
like
cherubim?
a Cupid doll.
What is the
with
difference
more hair.
between a cherub and a cherubim?
I've never heard of a cherubim.
Cherubimbo. You look like
one probably has clothes and one doesn't. I don't know.
One's maybe chubbier and one's like slightly smaller.
I'm the chubbier kind.
Or maybe it's the cherubims come in groups. Whereas cherub is just like you can only have
maybe that's the plural
one
for
big
cherub.
Fat cherub.
Cherubs.
Cherubi.
Cherubums.
Well, speaking of reading tea leaves, I think I think if you look at somebody's computer and you see like what tabs are open, like I have probably 10 tabs open on my computer right now, and I just slammed it shut, my laptop, when I left. But when I go home, I'll open it and there'll be like all these pages that are still open for some reason.
Yeah.
But you can tell a lot about a person by seeing...
You can just, bookmark those and shut them if you want.
No, because I'll never go back to them if I bookmark them like that.
I know. It's like my Pinterest page. I pin all these things, crafts or foods or stupid suburban mom crap. And like, it's just the satisfaction of pinning them that I like. I never go back and make the recipe. I never go back and
frustrates me.
Crafts. So
that's why I have to finish up with each page. I made
Close your tabs, Kristina.
No, I made
before you die.
I made a list of
Your
what my
plaque will
tabs
say,
were.
Kristina, Streamwalker. She finally closed her tabs.
Well, okay, I haven't closed the recipe for turmeric stew with cauliflower, coconut oil, and ginger. That one's up.
Make that puppy.
Okay.
Although you have that in like a 6-gallon jar of soup in your refrigerator
I have
right
to
now,
eat that
so
first,
I guess you better eat that before you do any more experimental.
Then I'll go to the next one. Tab number 2 was 3 Green Mountain tours in Vermont's backcountry. So this is a skiing, like 3 ski tours for backcountry skiing.
Why don't
so
you just write them down? And
I know I will when I go home. I've just been too busy to do it. So the third one is the best Vermont albums of 2019.
That's yours.
Of course, because I couldn't believe I was number 2.
That's awesome.
Did anybody see I was number 2?
I saw you were number 2.
I was like, I couldn't believe it. But
That's
anyway,
cool.
So tab number 4 was the same one. I had to have it twice.
I get it. It's like when you're in the newspaper, you have to buy a couple copies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then tab number 5 was Conspiracy Crimes of the Illuminati Part 2.
Oh my God.
Oh, you'd love it.
No.
It's so you're missing out on so much good information.
It's a good thing that you don't get TV because you would be like my mom, obsessed with the Curse of Oak Island, which is
good.
Like these people are positive that there's buried treasure from like I forgot the Masons, the early Masons.
Oh, over in Bristol Cliffs too. I think there's some buried treasure.
They've been dragging this show out for years, and every show they're like right at the treasure.
That sounds like Ancient Aliens. Yeah. I don't really go for that kind of Ancient Alien stuff. That's not my bag.
It just feels like you would probably be riveted watching this show.
Well, I just like really deceptive psychopathic people. I like studying them.
Oh,
it's sort of like being interested in true crime and like what's really going on that's so screwed up about the world. I have it's kind of a pet interest of mine. So, okay, tab number 6 was, of course, Facebook. Tab number 7 was Sonar Works, how to deharsh your mixes. I don't think deharsh is a word, but somebody once told me.
Couldn't they say soften? Couldn't they say?
They could have, but they were not an English major.
Deharshen.
Yeah. People, they might say, oh, your mix sounds a little harsh. Somebody said that to me once. It hurt my feelings.
It's like the directions that you get for toys that you buy on Amazon. They're translated from something else, and whoever they hire to translate them.
Yeah, translated from
not a good translator.
Audio engineers are not known for being particularly articulate with the English language.
No. Okay.
They don't have to be. So in the last one, tab number 8 was about how they're putting like tracking and monitoring chips into some vaccinations. So I thought you'd probably love that one too.
I don't really get how you put a chip in a vaccination.
They're pretty small. We've talked about this before.
That seems a little sci-fi. I don't think they can get that small.
I know.
Everything, but the ones they put in dogs are huge.
Yeah, those are, yeah.
So there's no way they have them.
Okay.
And if they do, they're so tiny that they're going to be crazy expensive, and they're not just wasting them on all of us. Just being like, oh, I'm going to spend $1 million putting this minuscule chip into Emily's flu shot so that I can see what she's doing.
You're so
they don't
trusting.
care about me. They really don't.
That's right. They don't care about you.
I think we worry about everyone caring about what we're doing a little too much. I don't think anyone cares what we're doing.
Guess what? I care about you.
I care about you too, but I'm not going to put a chip in your
but we have to get off the air.
Really,
I'm glad you're not. That's why we're friends.
I know.
Okay, Merry Christmas.
You too. And everybody have a great holiday. Sorry, we should have Christmased up this show a little more.
Well, we did kind of.
I guess.
Didn't we talk about trees? Christmas is all about beautiful trees and mountains and
I missed so many stomach grumbles to show you guys too. I just couldn't get my microphone down there in time. Sorry. I know you're really looking forward to that part of the show.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're going to cut into the next person's show, and then they're going to be mad. So
yeah, okay. So we're going to go out on a track of music called "Trouble and Truth," which is one of my tracks from the Cousins Project album, "Beautiful Blood."
Love that album, and I hope you guys have an amazing holiday season. And we love you all.
Yes, thanks so much for listening. It's in the emptiness of the light, the holy turning of day to night. Slipping quietly through the trees, bringing my lonely heart to its knees. You only ask me to love and to live. If I could only believe, I could give. If I could feel, then I'd surely try. To reinvent this and make it fly. It's a strange bliss. Finally got you on the line. I've been starving for connection and running out of time. It's a cruel twist, rising up like the rain, bringing trouble and truth to my heart again. Now I'm a crow bending in flight, hidden for things that's just out of sight. Sharpening my wings on the clouds and the rain, flying faster than a spinning weather vane. And now I'm a sparrow chasing the breeze, raking the wind for the things that it needs. But things slide through your hands even when you're good. So you do what you do, and you did what you could. It's a strange bliss, finally got you on the line. I've been starving for connection and running out of time. It's a cruel twist, rising up like the rain, bringing trouble and truth to my heart again. I've been climbing, I'm not sure why. It's a rickety ladder, goes a little too high. But up on the roof there, you don't wear a skirt, and you pledge your allegiance to the sky and the dirt. It's a strange bliss, finally got you on the line. I've been starving for connection and running out of time. It's a cruel twist, rising up like the rain, bringing trouble and truth to my heart. To my heart.